Good morning. Thank you so much once again for joining my YouTube channel. We're on the book of James, verses 2 through 12 in chapter 3. How to tame the tongue. It reads, and there's going to be a lot of reading in this. I have a lot of notes on this. For we all stumble in many things, and if anyone does not stumble in word, he is a perfect man, able also to bridle the whole body. Indeed, we put bits in the horse's mouth that they may obey us. We turn their whole body. Look also at the ships. Although they are so large and are driven by fierce winds, they are turned by a very small rudder wherever the pilot desires. Even so, the tongue is a little member, and it boasts great things. See how great a forest a little fire kindles, and the tongue is a fire whose iniquity of the world. The tongue is so set among our members that it defiles the whole body and sets on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire by hell. For every kind of beast and bird or reptile and creature of the seas is tamed and has been tamed by mankind. But no man can tame the tongue. It is the unruly evil full of deadly poison, and with it we bless our God and Father, and with the same tongue we curse man, who have been made in the similitude of God. So out of the same mouth proceed blessings and cursing. My brethren, these things should not be. Does a spring send forth fresh water and bitter from the same opening? Can a fig tree, my brethren, bear olives, or a grapevine bear figs? Thus, no spring yields both salt water and fresh water. And that verse is James 3, verses 2 through 12. So, the tongue is difficult to tame. James points out the ultimate solution, which would enable us to overcome this stumbling block. He contends that anyone who could stop stumbling in word would be a perfect person. If we could control our tongue, we could bring our whole body under control. And that's in verse 2. So, no one can tame the human tongue. James said, no one can tame the human tongue on their own. The tongue is a little member, but it boasts great things. He uses a couple of examples in these verses. First, he refers to a bit in the horse's mouth. And although it's a very small thing, it's very significant, because that bit allows you control that horse. That horse have to do whatever you tell him to do by you using that bit in his mouth. The same thing, he uses the ship, the rudder in the ship. It's a small thing, a very small thing, but imagine how large a ship is. But with that small little instrument that they use, it controls that ship. Tells it where to go, how fast to go, the turn. It has complete control over that ship. Very small thing. He also speaks of a small fire. Just a kindle. One little spark. One little spark can burn down a whole forest, a house, a building, a city, from one little spark. So a thing doesn't have to be big to destroy and cause much damage. So with the bit, one can control the horse. With the rudder, one controls large ships. And with the spark, one can ignite a huge forest and destroy it totally and completely. The tongue is a fire. It's set on fire by hell. As a fire, the tongue is a world of iniquity. A world of iniquity. And iniquity in the Greek means adikia. It's a very strong word denoting moral unrighteousness. Moral unrighteousness. The tongue is so set among members that it defiles the whole body. As a word of iniquity, the tongue cannot be had in isolation. It corrupts the entire body. So the tongue affects the body and brings corruption. It defiles the whole body. The tongue not only corrupts the body, it sets on fire the entire course of your life. Entire course of your life. The tongue is so unruly, it's full of deadly poison. It is not only evil, it's unruly, and it's the unrestless evil. It's a kind of evil which is not merely passive, but it's very, very active. It's always on the attack. In Romans 3:13, it says, it is a poison like the poison of a deadly snake. So the basic conclusion, no one can tame the tongue. In verses 10 says, the tongue is an enigma. It is a defilement of the natural order created by God. A spring doesn't flow both with fresh and bitter water, nor the fresh water and salt water flow through the same opening. So what James is saying is significantly an influence of the tongue is great. It has great influence. It's very small. It's a small member, but it carries great power. It's destructive, like a fire. It's unruly and it's evil, deadly, like the venomous snake. If we could tame our tongue, we'd be perfect. At the very beginning of the passage, James sets forth a hypothetical statement which can be very confusing. But what he was basically saying, he was saying that man cannot contain or control or tame the tongue on its own. He's setting you up to tell you later on that only with God can that be done. So, actually, there's no conflict in it. Just know that James is just reeling you in. And as we go on, you'll see that he's letting you know that you can't do it by yourself. God is the source of all good, and he is available 24/7 in every situation. If we need wisdom, he's there for us. God is perfect. He alone can control our tongue. Only God can control our tongue. He alone can only do that. So, the first two contentions of James regarding the tongue are stated very clearly. Only God is perfect. Every good and perfect gift comes from God and God alone. Only a perfect person could control his tongue. And you know we are not a perfect person. None of us are perfect. So in my conclusion, know that we can only control our tongue without God. We can't do it without God. Only God gives us the ability to be able to do that. Only God can help us control our tongue. Thank you for watching. I hope you've learned something from this lesson. And take control of your tongue and watch the things that you say and how you say them. Because once the word is spoken, it cannot be taken back. It cuts like a knife. It's a deadly, deadly weapon that we have. It's a tool. It can be used for good. It can be used for evil. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.